Bila keputusan COVID keluar, saya salam dia, lepas tu dia kata, you jaga diri baik-baik. Saya rasa dah tak lama.
新年时候回来过年一下，结果就不幸的中了这个 Covid-19 呢。
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
If I can protect the frontliners, I'm protecting myself as well. If we don't protect them, they die, we die.
Perjuangan kita belum selesai, tetapi kita belum kalah.
Kalau kita tidak bersama-sama berganding bahu, kita akan kalah. Nak berhadapan dengan musuh ketika peperangan, kita harus bersama. Tidak ada cara lain. Setiap hari sudah menjadi habit.
73 kes, 95 kes, 277 kes.
Hari ini berapa kes? Hari ini berapa kematian? Apa cerita di sebalik nombor berkenaan?
Suami saya berkhidmat dan bertugas di Istana Negara selama 1 minggu. Ketika tu peralihan kuasa daripada Tun Mahathir kepada Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin kan. Lepas daripada 1 minggu tu, dia ada mengalami demam. Jadi bila demam tu, bawa pergi klinik. 2 kali demam, dia kata dah okey, makan antibiotik semua okey. Tapi dia tetap rasa curiga juga. Jadi dia tanya doktor, adakah ni simptom COVID? Jadi doktor pun masa tu belum pasti lagi simptom COVID ni bagaimana.
我最初也是只是觉得会发冷然后有一些咳嗽，我有一次去上网去调查这个病的病症。基本上我都觉得应该不是，这些都是在这个病症里面蛮少见到的，所以我都觉得我不是，只是可能普通的生病而已。不过我要尽量跟他们隔离，我尽量在房间我都没有出来。
Banyak perkara yang kita tak kenal virus tersebut, iaitu sifat-sifat virus, cara dia merebak, di mana virus ini akan merebak dan sebagainya.
去了医院2-3次，就检查过2-3次，他们都觉得不是，只是给他开了一些抗生素 antibiotic 给我吃而已。我吃了过后也是还是一样没有好转，所以我到我第3次去看的时候，他们才觉得我可能是这一个，然后他们有抽我血验，到于就2月9号的时候，我就觉得我应该可以差不多可以出院的时候，突然间有一个医生就跑进来跟我讲，你的 test 是 positive 的。
8 pagi, dia dah mula rasa sesak nafas. Kemudian naik ambulans daripada PKD Titi Wangsa sampailah ke HKL. Saya ingat lagi bila saya tolak dekat wheelchair, dia pegang tangan saya, dia cakap, terima kasih, tolak abang. Kalau awak sakit, nanti saya tolak awak pula. Hari ni awak kena tolak saya sakit. Saya tak boleh nafas. Saya tak pernah rasa macam ni. Saya rasa tak lama. Lepas tu saya kata, tak apa, jangan cakap macam tu, kita jumpa doktor dulu. Saya ingat 20 hari bulan, dia ada call saya, dia kata memang doktor sahkan dia sakit COVID.
进了医院过后的第1个晚上，其实基本上我也是蛮恐惧的，我也从来没有试过这样的恐惧。到我闭上眼睛睡觉的时候，我是在一个山洞里面，然后好像很多蝙蝠这样的东西，我从来没有试过盖住眼睛是有这样的东西。
ICU patient, they are isolated in a single room in the hospital. So a lot of times psychologically they are very scared. I have a patient, before I intubate him, he actually told me that don't leave him alone in the room anymore.
Saya membayangkan bagaimana suami saya seorang diri dekat ward ICU macam tu, saya tak dapat tolong dia. Saya cuma cakap, doktor, tolong bisik dekat telinga suami saya, cakap dia kena bangun untuk saya, dia kena kuat, dan cakap kat dia, saya sayang kat dia.
Situasi semasa wabak ini memerlukan tindakan drastik Dan untuk itu kerajaan memutuskan untuk melaksanakan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan mulai 18 Mac 2020.
Immediately in my mind, my thinking was, kita sedia ke?
What do I do with my collection?
How are we going to get any work done?
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan dinasihatkan untuk sentiasa berada di dalam rumah masing-masing.
How am I going to write?
Online classroom bukanlah option bagi cikgu yang mengajar di kawasan pedalaman.
Panic buying.
How do I survive?
Bagaimana mereka yang selama ini kais pagi makan pagi, kais petang makan petang, macam mana mereka nak hidup? Dan kita tidak boleh lupa warga Malaysia ketika ini berada di luar negara.
The deadly coronavirus is now in New Zealand.
There was going to be a lockdown 4 situation, which means the borders were shut. Malaysians stranded in New Zealand. How do I help?
I went to New Zealand alone. That's my first trip beyond our country. Yeah. I think the first case was reported a week or two after my arrival, and things escalated at quite a quick pace. I searched for the next direct flight available, and it was 2 weeks away. Restaurants are not allowed to operate. Since we're staying in a hotel, we cannot cook. Yeah, so I feel very helpless when I was there.
Ayah saya bersara polis 1 September 2006. Suami pun masuk polis 1 September 2006. Memang itu ada chemistry lah, dapat jodohkan dengan polis juga. Pada awal doktor kata suami saya macam stabil lagi. Jadi setiap hari bila doktor call, saya akan cakap, doktor, boleh pinjamkan saya baju PPE ataupun doktor tolonglah kesiankan saya untuk saya datang tengok suami saya dekat ICU. Dalam video call tu dia pakai pernafasan tu, dia buka pernafasan tu, dia cakap kat saya, dia kata setiap sakit ada penawarnya, insya-Allah Allah tolong kita. Hari bulan 3, masa tu hari polis. Setiap tahun, kalau hari polis, dia akan reward diri dia, bawa saya makan kat luar ataupun dia akan bawa tempat dia training. Dekat Padang tu dia kata, di sinilah dia bermula sebagai pegawai kanan polis dekat Bukit Aman. Di sinilah latihan dia, kawat selama 9 bulan. Jadi 9 bulan tu dia kata macam mana dia struggle-nya untuk jadi seorang polis. Saya hantar WhatsApp kat dia. Hari ni hari polis, saya nak awak sihat macam gambar macam ni, macam awak training. Hari pertama awak datang kat pelapon, saya nak awak sihat. Saya nak awak bangun. Saya nak awak tengok balik tempat awak training. Enam tu daripada pagi. Doktor berlainan suara saya dengar. Call saya. Doktor cakap, Puan, keadaan suami Puan sangat tenat, sangat kritikal dan buah pinggang suami Puan ni mengalami kerosakan. Masa tu saya dah fikir yang saya perlu buat pembedahan untuk bagi buah pinggang dekat suami saya. Saya fikir tu saja. Saya kata, doktor, buatlah apa saja yang boleh tolong selamatkan suami saya. Kalau doktor perlukan apa-apa daripada tubuh badan saya, doktor cakap, doktor ambil lah. Saya sedia untuk memberikan apa saja yang doktor nak. Doktor call, dia kata suami Puan telah menghembuskan nafas yang terakhir. Saya memang terjelepuk sebelah katil, tangan menggigil, suara saya tak keluar. Doktor cakap, ada apa-apa Puan Raizal nak bagi tahu? Saya memang tak ada kata-kata nak bagi tahu masa tu. Pilunya perasaan saya ketika saya sendiri tahu suami meninggal dalam keadaan seorang diri, yang saya tak dapat nak temankan dia kan.
Apabila kita personalize, meletakkan wajah kepada nombor-nombor berkenaan, kita sedar satu benda. We need to fight this.
Someone tagged me, on social media saying that we don't have enough PPE. The nurses and the doctors cannot be protected. They are just wearing garbage bag. So I was like, this is so wrong. And then I went to the hospital at HKL. I saw the frontliners, the nurses and the doctors were sewing and cutting PPE at the hospital. Wow! This is Sunday, and they are all working. Volunteers, nurses. I saw them cutting with their office scissors, paper scissors. I was like, no! So immediately I sent them 15 pairs of fabric scissors. They were explaining to me that after they put on the PPE, in order to save the PPE, they will stay inside the ward, not going to toilet, not eating, not leaving the ward for 7 hours.
Kita menjimatkan untuk PPE jugalah. Kerat sangat kita buka PPE, dah membazir satu. And then, kadang-kadang tu kami tak sempat pun nak makan. So, dalam satu shift tu, sometimes bila keluar, baru boleh minum air, seteguk air, secawan air macam tu je.
That frontliners were texting me saying that, and every day after work, I reach home, I cry. I felt very depressed. I felt very unmotivated, very down, not being able to see my family for so long. So, you feel like, wow, this is a huge sacrifice,
Saya mengajar di SK Long Sukang, sebuah sekolah pedalaman, mengambil masa dalam 4 ke 5 jam untuk bergerak daripada pekan terdekat ke sekolah tersebut. Pada fasa pertama PKP, ada sekolah yang dah straight guna go to online classroom. Tetapi semua tersebut bukanlah option bagi kami-kami yang cikgu-cikgu yang mengajar di kawasan pedalaman.
Beginning of MCO, Ministry of Education actually did send out a survey to actually find out what is their access. In total, about 40% of them tak ada any kind of devices lah.
Dari segi pandangan seorang cikgu, kita boleh nampak the gap between sekolah pedalaman and their urban counterparts yang sangat-sangat besar dan luas.
Jadi kita terpaksa memanjat pokok ini sekiranya kita ingin mendapatkan internet connection yang kuat sepanjang exam berlangsung.
So, the challenge yang paling besar tu adalah macam mana nak teruskan pembelajaran kepada anak-anak murid kami. Sebab kami dah sedar MCO ni akan berlanjutan.
You can't get out. You can't go home. The Malaysians stranded in New Zealand. I need to help these people.
Dave mentioned to me, and he comes up with all these fantastic ideas. So I said, okay, I can put a campaign together for you. Monday night at 11-something at night, I launched it.
And when this thing went up on Facebook, that's when my phone started ringing.
When I woke up, I didn't move from my bed till midnight. My mom had to bring my food up to me. She's like, "Oi, what is happening?" The WhatsApp was going ting, 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 ting every second. It was just beeping.
Dave, this is my name. Dave, I'm stuck here. Can you assist me? How do I contact? What do I do? John was stranded in Auckland.
I told him my situation, and he called me very quickly.
He was breaking up. He didn't have enough funds with him, didn't know where to go. He had no food. How do I help this man? So I said, look, give me 10 minutes. I'm going to ring you back. So I then went on to my committee. Immediately, Esther put her hands up.
Dave Anand put up, oh, there are few Malaysians who are stranded. And I was thinking, oh yeah, I have this extra bedroom. And I just said, Dave, okay, no problem. And I just felt that if it is your child, you would want someone out there, God to send an angel to help, to help your child. Dinner time. Goreng the tanghun, all that. So brought it out, served him a hot meal, and we had a long chat, getting to know each other more.
I told her how grateful I was for that dinner. Once I get to eat homemade Malaysian food, I was very happy lah. She was like, "Oh, sorry, John, this one I just cincai cook some bihun because I got work today." So I told her, "No, this is not cincai. This is everything for me." Auntie Esther, she's very, I would say, cheerful, and she's a very friendly face. Anybody can talk well to her, and I really enjoy my time there with her lah.
I really got to know John. Helpful, considerate, takes the initiative, very respectful. Wow. Such a wonderful boy. I do not know why I'm so teary-eyed. He doesn't want his parents to worry about him, so he did not tell his parents that he's actually stranded in New Zealand.
I think they found out eventually because they saw pictures of me and Auntie Esther, and then they were wondering, hey, how come there's no third person there? What matters to them is I have a wonderful place to stay, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So I will be staying at a very good place until my flight. My flight was set, and then it wasn't.
Each flight I heard, and even I saw through the group Stranded Malaysians, that sometimes you would book a flight and suddenly MAS would just cancel it.
Assalamualaikum. Boleh saya bercakap dengan Puan Aiza? Saya dari pihak hospital. Maafkan kami, Puan Aiza. Puan Aiza juga disahkan positif COVID. Jadi, Puan perlu dapatkan segera rawatan dan bila akan ambil Puan sebentar lagi.
Masa tu saya panik sangat. Saya rasa jantung saya gugur. Tapi saya kata saya serahkan jiwa raga saya ni pada Allah. Bila saya solat tu, saya bayangkan ini adalah sujud saya yang terakhir. Kalau sekiranya ini adalah sujud saya yang terakhir, ampunkanlah dosa-dosa saya, ambillah saya dengan cara baik.
Saya tahu ramai dalam kalangan saudara-saudari yang bimbang akan risiko kehilangan pekerjaan dan juga punca pendapatan berikutan banyak sektor dan aktiviti ekonomi terjejas dalam tempoh PKP ini.
Hilang kerja tidak bermakna tamatnya kehidupan di situ. Bagaimana mereka bangkit dalam keadaan susah? That defines you as a person.
Waalaikum. Hai. Waalaikum. Hai. Waalaikum. Hari ni saya nak masak lagi. Masukkan minyak. Ya, sebelum kami start YouTube ni pun, ada satu masa, satu hari RM1 pun tak ada, tu pun ada juga. Memang susah sangat. Ingat sekarang pun macam, sebab orang tak tahu sebelum tu kita macam mana. Untuk beli barangan rumah tu, sama pergi suami pinjam lah dekat orang 50 ke 100. Lepas kadang-kadang anak sakit, pergi klinik pun tak ada duit. Tu pun kita pinjam. Macam tu lah. Ada juga kawan dia kenalkan kami. Awal-awal pun ada bagi tahu juga pasal YouTube kan, tapi saya tak berapa minat lah sebab saya tak suka dengan media sosial lah. Nasihat kawan tu kata kalau you buat channel dari rumah, boleh dapat income dan sekali you boleh jaga anak, tak payah kita tinggal mana-mana anak tu. Jadi saya cubalah. Ni dia.
Social media menjadi sebuah platform untuk mengeratkan lagi komunikasi dan hubungan sesama insan. Dan dengan adanya platform social media, dia membantu sikit sebanyak untuk kita faham dengan lebih cepat.
I was tired of feeling helpless. Tapi kadang-kadang we don't know where to start. And especially time MCO ni, ramai orang nak tolong. And ramai orang start fundraiser, ramai orang start project nak bagi makanan dekat sini, kat situ, bagi dekat frontliner, bagi dekat B40 groups, things like that. And that was all great. Tapi, untuk orang biasa macam kita, nak figure out siapa kita nak donate tu susah. All I wanted to do was go on Twitter and collect all the different fundraisers and ways to help that I could find and put it in one thread so that it would be easy for my followers to choose where to donate. It was a hashtag I'd seen floating around online, and so I used the hashtag. It caught on and a lot more people started using it after that.
This is where the hashtag kita jaga kita really diterjemahkan sepenuhnya sebab that's Malaysian.
A friend of mine named Andrew Low, he messaged me on Facebook. My friends and I saw your thread and we're trying to figure out if there's a way that we can help that would take this beyond Twitter. Let's just create a website. Daripada the first tweet sampai the creation of kitajagakita.com, 22 jam. Nak tolong budak-budak? Boleh. Nak tolong migrant? Boleh. Nak tolong orang asli? Boleh. Nak tolong golongan B40? Boleh. Most Malaysians want to help other people and don't want to see other people in pain. And I think something like Kita Jaga Kita helped make that easier.
There are so many hospitals, so many frontliners. Every day they use up 2,000 to 3,000 sets of PPE. That is just one hospitals. Even though the government are supplying a lot, it will never be enough. And then I said, guys, please let us do the job. We have a group chat and we say, hey, let's raise funds so that we can buy not only the PPE material, but also other essential items, and send to the frontliners. Then friends, bank in money as well. And we managed to raise about 100,000 within a week. I have hospital texting me, asking me if we can supply to them.
Hi, Celeste.
I asked him for 200 pieces.
Okay, I have a lot of people who wants to make. Can we help?
And then designers started to call me as well. I've been sitting at home doing nothing. I felt so depressed. Can you give me the job? Quite a few designers, like Yun Shen, Kun Hui, Alia Bastaman, Celeste Toy, Rizaman.
How many pieces of the gowns from which designer? I record them properly. Who did how many and how many in total? So this was my 555 book during. Oh, kita make all this in a special color. Wow, I'm at Rizaman's house. Terima kasih, Ampuan Tato.
Sama-sama rakyat jelata.
Busy workshop. Wow,
Thank
so
you
sweet.
to all the frontliners.
A plastic company that does construction big plastic bales called me and say the frontliners do need plastic aprons. He was offering to give us some of his plastic bales. I'm like, okay, great, but wait, how do we do this? I know how to sew and cut the PPE, but plastic, what do I do with it?
Tekanan darah naik sampai 180 sebab tak boleh tidur. Selepas 2-3 hari tu saya dah okey dah, saya dah boleh terima, saya dah reda. Saya tengok kakak dekat depan tu, saya ingat nama dia Kak Siti Zainab. Saya selalu cakap dekat dia, kuatkan semangat, dan dia pun selalu cakap kat saya macam tu. Yang sebelah ni Chinese. Jadi bila saya lepas main subuh tu, saya akan baca Yasin semua untuk arwah suami, kemudian saya ikut dia yoga. Setiap hari derita yang saya lalui adalah di hospital. Mereka sendiri yang menjadi sahabat saya, kawan baik saya kan.
Kampung tempat saya mengajar, kami tak dapatlah internet connection. And then, saya terfikir, kami actually can do this. Saya akan pastikan cikgu-cikgu SK Long Sukang akan hantar semua bahan-bahan mereka. I will print all the materials. Actually, initially call it homework COD because we delivered the homework and the notes to all 13 villages and 1 lodging camp kepada semua 111 pelajar kami. Untuk masuk ke kawasan pedalaman, hanyalah transport penduduk yang ditugaskan untuk bawa food supply. So, we have to duduk bersempit dengan all the food supply. Bayangkan duduk kat belakang Hilux dengan 3-4 tong gas, dengan supply ikan, supply sayur dan sebagainya untuk masuk kampung. Challenge yang paling besar adalah nak cari rumah setiap orang pelajar.
Paul kan? Okey. Kotak ulai.
Tinggal lelai. Kampung Sungai Metalan. Ada seorang je pelajar kita kat sini. Kita harap dia ada kat rumah lah. Hello, aunty. Mau hantar kerja rumah. Renai. Ada Renai?
Masuk ya, masuk.
Tak, kejap je. Hi, how are you? You finished cikgu Des punya homework? No. Hai, Mo. Kejap je. Mo, come here. Boleh? Okay. Bye, Mo.
Bye, cikgu. Cikgu panggil, Pak. Habis dah.
13 kampung and each kampung jauh, jalan yang teruk and musim hujan. Kita akan hadapi challenges. Okay, this is for you. Hi. Kita akan hadapi masalah. Bye-bye. But the kids still need us untuk membantu para pelajar. It's satu memori yang tak boleh lupakan.
Terima kasih, cikgu. Terima kasih, cikgu.
Terima kasih, cikgu.
Just when we thought kami dah ada plan yang bagus, cara yang bagus, jalan yang bagus, dah nampak cantik tersusun, and we face another problem. Kami diminta untuk hanya menggunakan stok kertas yang ada sebab itulah kertas yang paling selamat untuk digunakan. At some points ada parents, ada cikgu yang dari lawas, mereka sumbangkan kertas dan ada juga yang sumbangkan ink tersebut. Sangat-sangat rasa honoured lah dan terima kasih kepada yang memberi sumbangan.
Bagi rakyat kita yang terkandas di luar negara, urusan untuk membawa rakyat kita pulang tertakluk kepada negara-negara yang terbabit di mana mereka terkandas. Oleh itu, tidak semua yang kita boleh membawa pulang.
I helped John with his flight ticket. Because I was stuck here, it was easier for me to talk with Mas. And that took quite a lot of my time and my focus. It wasn't just 1-2 days, it was a few months. I've lived in New Zealand for about 22 years now. My father got into a bit of an accident while he was here, so I came back to look after him and we couldn't get out. I have a small family there. My daughter's 12 years old. Yeah, I miss them a lot. I was in constant contact with MAS here. I would ask them, what's your capacity on your plane? If they would say, okay, I've only got like 10%, then I know that flight is not going to take off. So instead of all the dates being spread out everywhere, we managed to get 4 dates for them to fly out.
Even though I paid for the flight, there's no guarantee that I would be able to get on that plane on that day itself. So it's a lot of uncertainty as well.
I felt very responsible. We were always holding our breath until the moment they got onto that plane.
And the only thing you can do is you just pray that you will not get cancelled.
We built a bond, surprise, like mother and son, like having my children living home. And I was teary-eyed, tried to control myself at the airport, Don't want to show John that I'm sad, but he knew I was sad.
It felt real when the moment I stepped onto the plane. I felt like this is it, finally I get to go home.
Kami mengucapkan selamat datang ke Malaysia dan kepada warga negara selamat pulang ke tanah air.
Masa saya dapat balik tu, saya rasa macam sedih pula nak tinggalkan kawan-kawan dekat hospital.
Assalamualaikum, saya dah nak discharge 7 hari kat ward. Terima kasih kawan-kawan. Semoga semua sihat cepat sihat, cepat keluar. Okay, bye-bye.
So I was just holding on with the 20 bills, doing nothing with it. And I don't have time to look into cutting myself because I was just so busy already. Then Bernie Chan, my good friend, she texted me. She said, Mel, I will take over this project. And she managed to find 100, 200 ladies or kids and grandma or whatever at home to cut the aprons. It was amazing.
666 pieces of apron cut by this little boy.
The oldest cutter, she is 92 years old, Bernie's mom. It's amazing. It was so touching to see, everybody together. I even have calls from Sabah, Sarawak, Kelantan, Pahang, Johor, Malacca, Penang, asking, can we help? How can we help? I'm so far away. Can you send to me? I'm very, very proud of everyone that they volunteer themselves.
We do appreciate a lot of people taking part in producing the PPE for us. We do appreciate that.
It's amazing teamwork. It's amazing nation come together. I didn't think that there were so many people calling in to give money, to offer help. And you could feel it at the time. Just everybody came together.
MCO works well. Tetapi masalah ialah kos yang tinggi untuk melaksanakan MCO. Jadi kita berubah strategi kepada CMCO. Kita membenarkan sektor ekonomi kembali berfungsi seperti biasa, tetapi sektor pelajaran kita belum lagi benarkan.
Selepas Hari Raya, cikgu diminta balik ke sekolah. Hello. Hi. Tapi pelajar masih belum boleh datang ke sekolah. How are you? Time tu, usually delivery ambil masa 2 hari. Now, bila dah ada kawan-kawan cikgu, kami boleh siapkan delivery dalam masa 1 day. I think we should bagi long sukang dulu.
Okay, Nazmi. Jom.
Semangat sebagai seorang warga pendidik actually memang ada dalam diri setiap cikgu-cikgu kat Malaysia ni sebenarnya. Kisah penghantaran kerja rumah kami sampai kepada ramai orang. Mereka beritahu mereka terinspirasi. They did the same, tapi mereka menggunakan khidmat pos laju.
Susha nak masuk sekolah ke nak cuti?
Nak masuk sekolah.
Bye-bye, cikgu.
Di kalangan para pelajar yang saya nampak, mereka sangat merindui sesi persekolahan. So, the pandemic telah take away one thing from us. It's our time with our kids. Yes, I really cannot wait to go back to the school. I really can't wait.
Even though we haven't met each other, it's like there's already this friendship, this bond that's there. And yes, I would like to meet him.
Hello, Pam.
Hi, John.
Nice to meet you after so long.
I know. So good to see you. Oh my God, you're so tall. Come on in.
It's kind of strange. We're going in the reverse direction. She wants to go back there to New Zealand, and I want to come back here. And I really appreciate her helping me on my journey back here.
Malaysians, even though they have their own issues, they will still band together to help one another. Especially because those who have migrated over, we realize how hard it is to be away from your own home.
Hi, Dave. Actually, I think this is the first time I video call. I see your face, talk to you face to face. Hence, I just want to thank you on behalf of everyone.
Welcome. We're happy to help. Pam is the best customer. Sorry for her. She's still here.
You'll get to meet her very soon, lah.
我discharge 过后的1个月，我回去医院回来不久，我就有收到电话，就问我可不可以自愿性的去捐那个血啊，然后都有抗体，而我可以做多一 part 的，就是因为我是那个康复者，我的血清里面有那个抗体可以帮助到人，那我就去捐血，我可以继续的去回馈给这个社会，作为自己本分哦。
Tapi kami rasa memang time PKP itu pun satu peluang lah untuk kami. Hari ini saya tengok 700 subscribers, malam bangun tengok dah 100K lebih dah. Kami rasa itu rezeki lah, bersyukur. Satu Malaysia buat kami bangga. Semua orang rasa bangga ingat kami pun bangga dengan itu.
No matter where you're from, what religion you are, I think in general Malaysians are all very loving, and you can see this during this pandemic.
Tapi yang pastinya is kerja kita ni tak habis lagi lah. It's a thing that we will continue to do for however long that we need to do it. Sebab golongan yang paling susah during the MCO adalah golongan yang akan continue to be paling susah after the MCO.
So now how are we going to adapt in the new normal? Kekuatan Malaysia terletak di tangan rakyatnya yang sentiasa berganding bahu dan unite ketika krisis.
Allah ambil suami saya, tapi Allah sayangkan suami, Allah gantikan tempat yang baik untuk dia. Dan saya kena kuat macam dia. Macam mana dia nak meninggal sebagai seorang negarawan, frontliner yang terkorban, pejuang negara, wira negara kan. سلام قولا من رب رحيم سلام قولا من رب رحيم سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أحد إليكم يا بني آدم لا تعبدوا الشيطان. Saya bersyukurlah kalau saya diberi peluang untuk berjumpa balik sahabat-sahabat saya dalam ward tu. Saya rasa macam saya nak peluk mereka yang bagi saya kekuatan, semangat. Assalamualaikum Kak Siti. Bersalam tak? Oh, tak apa. Rindu Kak Siti. Apa khabar? Sihat? Sihat ke? Ya Allah, terima kasih datang. Kakak okey ke?
Okey, Alhamdulillah.
Abang ni kawan datang. Kawan kat hospital. Terima kasih Kak Siti datang.
Sabar. InsyaAllah kita pun dah tahu tempat dia. Kita pun tak tahu macam mana cara macam mana.
Pegang tanganku, bersama kita pasti akan menang. Ku tahu perasaan ini mematahkan semangatmu. Terasa seperti dunia